Welcome to the 60 Plus Podcast.
I'm Janet.
And I'm Joe. How are you, Janet?
Super duper.
Super duper. Oh, that's what I like to
It's
hear.
been a great day.
Has it?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't know if I should mention it yet or not, but I have a book that just came out.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and I just scheduled a book signing, and so I'm excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to put the Amazon link in the show notes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We can do that
All
for
right.
sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It was a long time coming.
Yes, it was. I know a little backstory about it. Yeah. All right. What are we talking about besides your book, Janet? We should interview you for your book someday.
That maybe we will.
Okay.
So today we have a Real Talk guest. It's Carmen, a good friend of mine.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Well, I'm not super duper yet, but I'm
You're not
getting
super
there.
duper?
No, I'm getting there though.
Well, Janet's already been drinking, so.
Yeah, and I paid for it.
Oh, she really was. I was joking.
I'm not.
All right. So, Janet,
Yes.
can you say the alphabet?
I can say it backwards.
Okay.
CYXW.
Oh, please don't do that. You're giving me a headache.
Yeah. So, you know what Real Talk episodes are about, right, Carmen?
I do.
One of the things, we're going to ask you 10 questions about being over 60.
hmm
The first question, and it's not one of the 10, is you have to admit to being over 60.
I pledge that I am over 60.
Okay. Wow. We never got a pledge
Oh,
before.
wow.
But I have my legs crossed and my fingers. No, I'm kidding.
And you have been drinking.
And we have been day drinking. I'm on vacation, so this is day drinking.
Okay. All right.
Perfectly acceptable after you're over 60.
It's perfectly
Yes,
acceptable
absolutely.
anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
All day long. No.
What was the cocktail of choice today?
No, we literally just had a glass of Prosecco. It was nothing that.
okay. All right.
No great.
Big,
No.
big giant glasses.
No vodka martini or anything like that.
Oh,
No.
I've been making vodka martinis at home.
Have you?
Yeah, really good.
Okay.
Okay, not by myself.
Okay,
when
Yeah,
I guess.
we're glad to hear that, Joe.
All right. You've pledged that you're over 60. Janet, do you want to take the first question or am I
How do
taking?
you feel about being 60 plus?
I feel lucky to be 60 plus and to be as healthy as I am and have so much fun that I have. I think it's part of the growth of being over, let's just say 50 and then 60, and then we'll stop there. But you really have a different mindset when you're older. You're more open, you're interested in things that you were when you're working so hard, you don't really get a chance to have as much fun as you do at this age. So, yeah, it's a great age.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't think anyone has said you have more fun at this age than previously.
Really?
Yeah.
No, nobody said it.
No, I
But
think they've
I
all
believe it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. It's just I get tired more easily from the fun.
Too much fun.
Fun used to go much later at night than it does now.
But you have to cram more in a shorter amount of time. So you extend the actual joy. That's
Okay.
what you do. You kind of
It's more concentrated.
It's more concentrated. You have to not
It's
stretch it out.
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Complete this sentence. You know you're 60 plus when.
When you like to lay on the couch as much as lay on the beach.
Oh, yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah.
Do I have to make longer answers?
No,
Is that
no,
part?
that's-
You can do
That's the
whatever you
whole
want.
answer.
We'll just fill in if you're not using up the time.
I've always been a couch person, though. I love laying on the couch. And actually, when I was working and commuting and had younger kids, about every 6 weeks, I had to be on the couch for like an afternoon. It was just,
Mhm,
it caught up with me and it just knocked
Yeah.
me out.
mhm.
The reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore. It's just little.
You're on the couch all the time.
No, but I do nod off a little bit more in front of the TV than I used to.
Well, what's really bad when you see people who are falling asleep on the couches in like lodges or in
Yeah.
the hotels, and I'm always so embarrassed for them because then they start snoring and
Drooling.
drooling, and I'm thinking to myself, please go upstairs. Why do they do that?
They were
Yeah.
so tired. They couldn't. They're
couldn't
resting
make
up
it.
to go upstairs.
Yeah.
I used to fall asleep on the train. I would take a train into the city early, and again, having little kids, sometimes you were up late at night, with a crying kid or just doing stuff, and I'd fall asleep on the train, and I'd wake up completely disoriented. didn't know where I was.
I have missed my stop before. I
Me
confess.
three.
Fortunately, in both directions, I was the last stop.
Oh, that's a good fault.
That is
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
All right, Janet.
So, Carmen, now that you're in your 60s, have you done or tried anything new?
No, but I'm continuing to do things that I love. Like I'm continuing to ski, which people think is a very dangerous sport after 60, which I don't agree.
Do you hit the black diamonds, or are you?
I'm not doing black diamonds
Okay.
anymore.
All
I
right.
am a little bit more cautious
Mhm.
now because it takes a little longer if you have a broken leg. And I have had a broken leg, so I know what you're going to go through
Hmm.
if it happens again. And I just don't have the patience for that. And also, I I used to surf many, many years ago in New England. So it was rough. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't Hawaii, so it wasn't that big. So
You're not being towed out to the big waves.
yeah, I'm not being towed out to
No.
them, no. And so I'm going to go back to Hawaii and I'm going to try that again.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
good for you.
Hmm.
Excellent. Excellent.
She's the second surfer we've had in
I know. We
in
just
the
had
last few
Mike
weeks.
with the
Really?
hydrofoil.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
and surfer too. He talked about the 70-year-olds that were surfing.
That was Mike with this hydrofoil. Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah. Okay.
We're saying the same thing.
okay. No arguing on the podcast.
Well, we
We could always
bicker.
edit
we
it
just,
out.
We just bicker. No, he talked about how, and it reminds me. I was thinking of him when you said you don't do the black diamonds. He surfs, and he said I don't surf the same way I used to. And he said, and I surf with guys in their 70s and 80s, and they might just do 2 waves, and that's a full day of surfing for them.
hmm
So not doing the black diamonds is kind of the same. You just scale it back so you can enjoy it, and you feel satisfied with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also, dancing has always been an integral part of my life from the time I was probably 10. So I think not that I'm doing something new, but I'm trying different dancing than
Mhm.
I've done in the past. So always trying something new. My philosophy of life is ABC, always be curious. And so if you can keep that attitude, I think you're going to enjoy your 60s plus.
Mhm.
I agree. Looking back on your 60 plus years, what are you most proud of?
The fact that I'm still doing the things we just got finished talking about.
Mhm.
Where everybody, I mean, as much as I like being on the couch, and I do think that, it's kind of a relaxation after a really stressful day or a really physical day of, either hiking or dancing or whatever you're doing.
Skiing,
Or
surfing.
skiing, whatever you're doing, you get that rest, which before you might just go on and do something else. You'd go out to dinner and then you'd go dancing. Now you get to take a little rest on the couch before you start your next activity.
Sure. Or you
So-
might just choose one activity instead of 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. 1 or 2 a day instead of 3 or 4.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, Carmen. What is your biggest challenge at 60 plus?
Finding, I think, the companionship that I'm used to and that level of intimacy, because there's a lot less people who are interested in that, or they have been settled down and they're kind of in their own. One of my other mantras is the difference between a rut and a grave are the dimensions. And a lot of people that are over 60 tend to be in their ruts and be very happy there. And
Mhm.
that's great. I'm always trying something new. I always want to do something new, go someplace new, find something that I haven't done before. So that's challenging to find people who are interested in doing that, especially because Janet's moved away from from where we used to live.
Okay. Well, you just have to find a new partner in crime.
Exactly.
Hang out at the jails. That's where all the crime. All right. What is your biggest delight at 60 plus?
Having time with family that I really was when I was traveling a lot and working a lot, I didn't always get to where I wanted to be. And now, if the grandkids are going to do something fun, I can be there with them. I can enjoy them and take that time to do it and really cherish it. It's really an important part of being older. And supposedly you have more patience when you get older. Like sometimes you would, when you're a parent, you're doing too many things, but
Mhm.
when you're a grandparent, you have more time and you have more patience. And therefore, I think you're more valuable to the grandkids than you are sometimes even to your own children.
I agree with you, but I think it's a different reason why you have more patience. You just care less. No, it's like no. If someone was doing
No.
when you were younger, if someone was doing something annoying, you'd find it annoying. Now you're just like, I don't care. Just go ahead and do it.
Well, that's a good point because I don't want to give them my energy. And if you get annoyed with people
Hmm.
at when you're younger, you have so much energy that you don't mind putting a little bit
Sure.
pieces here and there. But as you get older, you want to conserve your energy. So when someone cuts you off, you don't, like in a car, you don't get upset about it because
You
you're not going
don't?
to. Well, I'm trying. Let's put it this way. I'm saying don't give
No,
them that
I was
your
thinking of
energy.
myself there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably true.
I knew she was talking about herself. I don't sweat the small stuff as much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, it's amazing how I'm able to let that stuff go
Mhm.
where I didn't used to be able to do that.
Yeah. And you also have you've learned to take your inner critic and turn it into your inner coach. So you have, when all that is going on in your head, oh, you shouldn't have done that, or I could have done this, or I should have done that. You don't do that anymore because you already know who you are and you're not going to change dramatically your personality or the way you think, but you can change the way your internal monologue pushes you in a direction.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
absolutely.
I agree with you, but I also think you've figured stuff out, so you're not doing the stupid stuff that you might have done when you were younger.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Is it maybe
Are you really 60?
Still not there. I don't know.
Are you really 60 plus, Janet?
the thing is,
Not mentally.
chronologically, yes, but emotionally, maybe not there yet.
Next question. What 60 plus person do you admire the most?
Well, Janet, you're right here. And I think that was really, you're a Renaissance lady. So, yes, I do admire her.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Thank you. That's
Mhm.
really
Don't cry.
well, that's really sweet.
No, it is sweet.
Yeah.
And totally unexpected because I'm usually not sweet.
Okay. What is it about her that you admire?
Because she's not afraid to do things. That's why she was so much fun when we lived close because we would just do whatever we felt like at that moment and enjoy it. And she tries anything and everything. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, she doesn't let it bother her too long. She's able to rise above it and be resilient. And I admire that.
I mean, she does a podcast. She wrote a book.
She dances. She teaches dance.
Mhm.
She's a great artist. She's really very capable of doing anything she sets her mind to. So, and of course, she is paying me. I just want to. It's under the table.
Am I going somewhere? Do I need to know?
Here on the 60 Plus podcast, we like to bust myths about being 60 plus.
Hmm.
Is there a myth that you would like us to bust?
That's an interesting question. I'm not sure I know what the myths of being 60 are because I've never let my age define who I am, to be honest. So I feel that I think, okay, this is a perfect example. I think I told you this the other day. When you look at the Golden Girls and the television show, remember the Golden
I
Girls?
do, and I know what you're going to say. Go ahead. This
Okay,
is really
and then
interesting.
Sex in the City girls who had that reboot on I think it was 2021, 2022. I can't remember exactly. Well, the Golden Girls were trying to play 50, 60, 70, and they were 47 on average. You have the Sex in the City reboot, and those women are 50s and mid 50s and probably even 60,
Yeah.
and they look amazingly because that's the new way of living your life.
Right.
You're not defined by your age, you're defined by your energy.
Yes.
And they have the energy and they take care of themselves, and that is really, and also a really important part for me is eating right,
Mm-hmm.
sleeping as much as we can and
On
not
the couch.
on the couch if need be, but also just enjoying the ability you have to be physically active. That I think is, and enjoy your family and relationships. I mean, if you really look at those things, those are the things you appreciate more at this age than I think. Well, certainly I never did.
Yeah.
I've
And
s-
drink lots of water.
Yeah, I forgot that part.
Well, just leave off the water part. I've said it many times here. I remember my grandparents.
Hmm.
They weren't much older than me that I am now, and they seemed much older than I think I appear.
Hmm.
So
Right. We could be in denial too, but let's put that
we
aside.
could be.
I like denial. I love being in that state.
Well, as long as your mirrors are in the dark, it's a great thing to be this age.
I saw a meme the other day, and it said, "We're at the age where we think everyone our age looks older than us."
Yeah, I know. It's absolutely true.
That's
100%.
funny.
I always think I'm younger, and then they tell me how old I am. I'm like, whoop, well, got
went to
that one wrong again.
I went to a college reunion a couple of years ago, and I was looking around, and I was like, "They look so old."
And the thing is, when the
And they were looking at me saying the same thing.
and then you go and you get pulled over by a policeman. You go, "Oh, he's so young. I just want to tell him what to do.
Yeah.
Go away."
Yeah. Or school teachers.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're so young. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Janet.
What advice would you give to someone who is about to turn 60?
Have a party for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Embrace your age. Don't be ashamed of your age. You should really, and don't worry about your age because it really doesn't make a difference. Worry about your health
Right.
and worry about the people that you love. And that's about the only thing you should worry about at 60. Don't worry about anything else. It's a waste of time.
Agreed. We've talked a lot about health span versus lifespan,
Mm-hmm.
and just staying as healthy as possible for as long as possible.
I think
And that's-
worrying generally is a waste of time.
I
It's
did.
also not healthy.
Well, it's not healthy, and it
No.
doesn't accomplish anything.
No.
It brings you down. It saps emotional energy.
Yeah. And
There's nothing good about it.
nothing. And that's why I talk about the inner critic. That's your inner critic
Right,
telling
yeah.
you should be worried about this and you should be anxious about this. But the reality is that life is full of change and you're going to go with the flow. And as long as you can do that, you're really enjoying the moment and your life. But if you're always worried about what's going to happen tomorrow or what I should have done better yesterday, you're not present and you're not enjoying your life. And I've really made a conscious effort to do that.
Good advice, I think.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
Last question. Do you have a bucket list? And if so, what's on it?
No, I do not have a bucket list because bucket list, you cross things off. And for me, bucket lists are sort of like, what do you want to do? Like, where do you want to go? Who do you want to talk to? I'm more about self-awareness now and self-reflection than I've ever been in my life. Because when you're in corporate world, you're all about the goal and you're all about getting capital and worrying about those kinds of things. I don't worry about that kind of stuff. And I never really worried a lot. But now if I think about what I want to do, it's kind of like what I want to do, I can do. So I don't worry about it. I just know that if I put my mind to something, I'll get there. So if I want to and I've been so lucky in life and I've traveled a lot and I've literally gone around the world. So it's not about going someplace. It's about knowing yourself and being more peaceful with who you are and what you want to do and where you want to go. So I'm sorry, I don't have any exciting bucket lists.
But it's interesting. I think more people that we've asked that question don't have a bucket
No,
list.
they don't.
Do.
Yeah.
I don't have a bucket list. A bucket list to me seems like a static thing, and you check those off, and then you're done. And then what do you do?
You lay on the couch.
Well,
Well, you can keep on adding to your bucket. I mean, there's.
it's
There's no
constantly
reason.
evolving, and then
Right.
that's not a bucket list. Then it's just
Well,
It's a
yeah.
life list.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Because we might
fun-
have to change the terminology.
Yeah,
on
I
this
think life
question,
list.
Joe.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
bucket.
it's
I like it.
What is it? What is it that you want to do or achieve in the life that you have left? I mean, that could be as simple as I just want to wake up happy and peaceful every day. You know that's have another day for another opportunity of joy with your besties
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. Like I don't think that bucket list should be, like you say, a static thing.
Well, that's the 10 questions.
What's ahead in your life, Carmen?
More relaxing, more joy, more fun,
More comfortable couch.
more comfortable couches, and
More beach?
more beaches, more of everything. All the good things in life are ahead.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode of the 60 Plus podcast.
Thank you so much, Carmen.
Thank you, Carmen. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure.
All right. That's it. I'm Joe.
I'm Janet. Bye.